これが俺の最高地点だ
The art is true.
Oh yeah. Pura verse.
Pura verse?
Bro.
Dude! Oh, allez, deuxième. Ça c'est quoi? C'est ça aussi? Nice!
Juste Mulligan aussi.
Moi aussi. Il y a juste Julie qui chapeaute pas.
C'est quoi chapeau texte pas?
Tu donnes à ton opponent chapeau.
J'ai tout compris.
J'ai pas ouvert. Toi? Une stack. Stack.
Je peux regarder ça pour là.
Non, je joue.
J'ai mis cette vidéo.
Peut-être. Pour de vrai, j'ai regardé des vidéos mais j'ai oublié.
C'est combien la vente?
Whenever I feel like it.
100 packs?
Ouais, je sais pas. Je suis first. On va faire les first, hein. Tu veux que je vais first, hein?
T'as pas le choix.
C'est vrai?
Tu peux changer pour ton leader.
Je pense qu'il faut les deuxièmes avec Gecko. Je sais pas, honnêtement, je sais pas.
That's fair.
C'est down, mais c'est pas down.
J'ai juste deux modèles parce que j'ai pas qu'il pour le Perona ski l'autre fois.
Ah!
Ah, c'est pour j'avais pour acheter des bagues.
Le deck est fort.
Ouais, j'ai vu ça. Ah, 4 lives.
Non, c'est correct.
Je fais ça 50.
Passe.
Draw.
Light. Ça change rien d'autre.
Ah, ok.
Tu peux pas m'attaquer, ça. Doesn't change anything. Yeah. Top 4.
Non, top 3.
Tu peux pas add Kikunojo.
Non. C'est sale. Passe.
Drop.
Oh, rough.
T'as dit que j'avais premier ou deuxième?
Zoro. John. Draw effect. Attache it down.
The trick with Gecko is
Suddenly. Lead effect. Draw one.
you cycle out of your grave a lot.
T'as une carte en main?
6.
Sketch when you balance.
Oh, putain, justement.
J'ai-tu joué?
Je sais pas. T'es 6, 7. Non, c'est bon. Tu dois avoir 8 cartes en main. Tu dois draw.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. J'ai 7. C'est bon, draw.
Ah oui, c'est vrai, c'est vrai.
6, hein?
Qu'est-ce que tu dis?
6, 4.
6. Pudding?
Non, trash.
Ok. Ok. That's fine.
First searching in my mind.
Ça va aller. Ils vont finir 10 moves.
Pas de lead, leader effect. J'avais trash.
Trigger.
Tu vas heal?
Yup.
Ok. Presse. 4 cartes en main?
Yep.
Don't want to take now. Sure, take.
Passe.
Drop. Go effect. 70. Keep. Leader effect. Draw one. J'ai 6 cartes en main. Passe. C'est quoi les 3 cartes que tu cherches? Absalon.
Sentry, Hogback.
Ok.
C'est quoi la solution pour Red Zero?
On dirait qu'il faut que t'attaques.
C'est ton moins, c'est ça? Mais c'est une fois par tour aussi.
C'est quoi attendre?
Avec lui, je vais redirect.
5 livres.
5 lead. Need effect. Trash. Sure. Just 1K. Yeah. Yeah. Combien 80? Trash encore? Sure. One rest of the hand.
Most lists I've seen, I've taken it up.
The swing side.
What do I do?
Yep.
Trash. 70, trash. Handsight? 2. Je sais quelque chose de bon. Ouais, j'ai vu ça. Take. Genre?
Ah, attends, on va pas faire ça.
Tu peux redirect vers le...
Counter one.
Oui, pas besoin que ce soit...
Ouais,
C'est vrai?
I learned that watching YouTube.
Why is he doing that?
Là, c'est 5 sur.
C'est ça, c'est
If it wasn't a trigger, it was just
Go to. Need effect. J'ai 6. Draw.
not go all the way.
Go.
To counter out of
60.
technically,
Trigger.
if you
Combien
swing
80?
side, I could counter one
Trash 1?
here.
Sure.
And take the left hand. I can boost this character and even though you're attacking it,
Drop. Yeah.
another thing I learned on YouTube.
Attends, tu peux. C'est Thriller Bark? Encore oui, c'est Thriller Bark.
Ouais, c'est Thriller Bark.
Ouais, c'est l'autre effet que c'est un trigger.
Yeah.
Trigger what?
C'est minus 2K, but that is not the play.
Need effect encore. 5 lead. Need effect? Yeah.
Ouais, c'est bon. Mais c'est pas ça que je veux.
Yeah, good zone.
J'ai juste besoin de 5 characters pour...
If you didn't stack it, I'm gonna have to go for it. The best one!
Il a 6 cartes? 5 cartes? 5. KO? Sure.
If you're gonna be like that,
Crush.
I just lost the last game because I forgot I froze.
T'as plus de dents là? Non.
Now, bringing tokens, always the number.
Ça donne pas.
Never making that
Let's
mistake.
do en main. Déjà trash 1.
Hand of an extra.
That's good. It's gonna have set to
I have so much Pokemon, I have so many around, and I never thought of bringing them.
That's the annoying. It's this one, I think, right? You use down minus 1.
I'll go 60.
Yeah, this is the same but different color. It's like a cycle.
Take it.
Yeah, because I do minus 2K with minus 1.
This one, yeah.
And you move down minus 1 instead. Yeah, it's the same. And it protects your don't you Oh wow, you already played that guy? Attends, je peux pas en anglais.
5.
Excuse.
C'est ce qui est cool.
use the trigger.
C'est 2 en main.
Ça peut pas attaquer. Là, t'as 7 down on the field.
Je sais avec les blues, c'est quoi que
One. Non?
avec les blues, quand tu me l'achètes, tout à
C'est en bas de ton
Gecko. Perona.
6 leads.
Combien de cartes en main?
This guy's the OG man. One of the best on the show.
Ben 5 après le leader. Mais je pense que c'est ton trigger pour l'autre.
Rested? No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ok, ça pop un caractère de 2000.
Non, ça boost.
Ok.
Ça boost.
Leader de lui? Genre? Yeah.
Combien de cartes maintenant?
5.
Ouais, je vais pas le prendre.
Tu vas en mettre 2?
Ah, je vais pas dans mon deck. C'est pas forcément.
Raw, mais... Gino's coming later. Alan's
Kiko et...
Sure. Alan's somewhere. How you doing? G?
Space 6. Attack?
Yeah.
Trash one card?
Yeah.
One rested done.
Yeah.
This is the best card out there.
Mais j'ai ce double-là.
Deux Thriller Bark dans mon deck. Gecko.
C'est character.
Pour leader.
Moi, je vois pas ça.
Ok. Elle. Bah non, je te donne un rested done à elle.
Quel reste donc?
Oh non, c'est ça, je peux mal aller.
Quel reste donc? Ah, vas-y. Yeah.
Je vais booster à 7. Ah non, je peux pas.
Tu peux voir, c'est other than Perona.
Chill. 16.
It doesn't specify.
Une carte en main?
Yep.
So I have to have less. So this gives me value.
C'est 9 sur 9.
J'ai 8 cartes.
You play this in like
Je passe.
Genre?
I'm gonna rest my stage.
5 lead.
1K.
6 feet.
Je vais la controller slide. Yep.
Ceux qui ont un rested character.
5 lead. 18 lead.
Oh,
Ils sont bons pour ça, par exemple.
oh, j'aurais pas joué elle.
J'avais 4 cartes en main.
J'aurais pu jouer elle à la base.
Ouais, t'aurais un blocker.
Ouais, dans ma tête, je pensais les leaders comme ça.
Ah, j'aurais pas discard ça. Je pense que je l'avais encore.
Non, parce que tu l'avais déjà.
J'avais 900, non?
Yeah.
J'ai discard ça avec ça. Ça, je l'aurais encore. J'aurais pas discard ça, j'aurais discard genre. Si t'avais un CG, j'aurais fait ça sur le site. Ouais. J'ai clear ton board one turn, genre ça l'a fait mal.
Mais je suis quand même fait. Ouais, c'est bon.
C'était scary, mais t'avais pas assez de cartes en main. Je pense que ça fait les deux effets trop souvent.
J'ai besoin des triggers. J'avais vu que j'avais réussi à build mon trash. Mais elle, je savais pas que c'était pas les leaders.
Ouais.
Elle est out.
Ouais, mais aussi un que je paye pour chercher, je peux chercher à main.
Ben moi l'effet est comme free. Ben non, le Perona en spam, ça m'a fait mal.
Ouais, c'est ça. Mais je vais la switch pour une autre Perona.
T'en joues combien?
J'en ai 3. C'était beaucoup mieux que Cousin.
Oh ouais, no shit. I'm gonna open 5 packs. These are the packs I got for finishing 6th place. I normally don't open my packs on videos because I get lazy, I forget, whatever the case. So I'm gonna open them today. Hopefully I get something good. So let's start for first pack. Kumasi, Newgate, Killer, Sindri, Monster, Trafalgarlaw. Okay, I got a secret Mihawk. That's not bad so far. We got one hit. Let's see what we get. What else we get? Let's see what else we get. This Bonnie, Orgs, Apu, Queen, and okay, that's it. That was pack number 2. Let's go for pack number 3. I've been playing a lot of Nami lately. It's been very enjoyable. I don't play yellow normally, so playing yellow was a bit more fun, hitting triggers off of life and just winning the game because you get to play out bodies off of life. And Zoro and okay, I got Nami SR. I can't complain about that. Nami SR is pretty good. Nami SR is pretty good. Oh, I did not like how I opened this pack. Come on, buddy. Okay. Mice, Vista, Kamazo, Bullet String, Gecko Moria, Odin, Ever White? Really? Okay. Last pack. Let's go to the manga in here. One secret Mihawk, one manga Mihawk. Easy stuff, right? Kinemon, Newgate, Zala, Senior Pink, Fist, Porsche, Rindo, Chu, Shakuyaku, Sugar, all along. That's it. So 5 packs, 2 hits. That was about it. Yeah, typical 5 packs. Thanks, guys. Peace. Alright, let's talk about Blue Yellow Nami. I played this deck at local. The deck is insanely strong. Probably the most expensive deck in the meta right now. Let's talk about the leader first, I guess. Once per turn, when a card is removed from yours or your opponent's life, if you have 7 or less cards in hand, draw a card. That effect is so strong, but people always forget it, including myself. So you need to rep a couple times with the deck before getting the hang of it, that every time your opponent takes a life or whether you take a life during your turn, you get to draw an additional card, which is really huge. And the other effect is, during your opponent's turn, if your leader has a Dawn attached to it, you may trash 1 card from your hand, and this leader becomes plus 2000 power for the rest of the turn. So it becomes a 7k power leader for the rest of your opponent's turn. Yeah, that's pretty straightforward. That's the leader. Let's get into the deck. We play 4 Searcher, which is Will You Be My Servant, the Searcher event, which is activate main if your leader is Nami. Look at top 4 cards of your deck. Reveal 1 card with a cost of 2 to 8. Add it to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck. Pretty straightforward. The trigger activates main of the Searcher effect. You have a lot of targets. This helps you draw your curve really well. It's a must 4. You cannot play less than that. 4 Girl promo. This card jumped up in price ridiculously because of this deck. On play, draw 1, discard 1. Activate main once per turn. You may give 1 rested Dawn to your Nami leader. This helps you when you play on curve. Because Nami wants to go first. Generally, you want to go first unless you want to take your opponent's curve and go second. For example, against Emu, they want to go second, so you take second from them. But since you're going first, sometimes your curve, the cards are 5 Dawns. For example, the 5 cost Nami, it's a 5 Dawn card that consumes all your Dawns, so you don't have a leftover Dawn to attach to your leader to trigger the second effect. My example was Nami was wrong because Nami attached a Dawns, but for your 7 Dawn turn when you play Robin, that's a scenario where you have to consume your 7 Dawns and you don't have any Dawns attached on your leader. So the girl helps to do that, and also it's additional aggression that you get with your leader because you have an additional Dawn on your leader every turn. For Kikunojo, because the trigger is insane and it combos really well with other cards. Kikunojo's trigger is if your opponent has 3 or less life, play this card. On KO, if your opponent has 3 or less life, add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. So 4 costs, 6k power. Really strong vanilla stat line, and the trigger is really strong to be able to cheat out a body from your life. The new card from EB03 that is busted. 5 cost Nami. This card's ridiculously expensive too. On play, give 1 rested on to your leader. So Nami gets their attached on, which is awesome. Then if your opponent has 3 or more life, they add 1 card from the top of your life to their hand. And also on KO, you may turn 1 card from the top of your life face up and play 1 character with 6,000 power or less from your hand. So not only do you force your opponent to take a life, once she dies, you get to cheat out another body from your hand. Ridiculous. Really strong. 7 Dawns, you want to play Robin, which is on play, you may trash 1 card from the top of your life. If your leader is Strawhat, add 2 cards from the top of your deck to your life. And opening turn on KO, you may deal 1 damage to your opponent. It's deal 1 damage, meaning if your opponent has 0 life and you deal 1 damage, they lose the game. This is your best play at 7 Dawns. This is your best play at 5 Dawns, sorry. And at 3, you usually want to play Girl or the Searcher to be able to find these combo pieces. Then you also have the Thriller Bark engine, which I'm running 3 Perona because I was missing a card. Usually they run 2, but I like the 3 of actually. It was pretty good. The only reason I see people running 2, 3, or 4 is just because the space of the deck is tight. Otherwise, I don't see what's wrong with playing more copies of Peronas. So 3 Peronas, 4 Hogbacks, 4 Kumasi, and 4 8-cost Gecko. Kumasi is very straightforward. It's just 2k counter. Trigger, play 1 Thriller Bark with a cost of 4 or less from your trash, rested. And usually these 2 are your targets. So that's Kumasi. We have Hogback. The trigger is exactly the same. Play 1 Thriller Bark with a cost of 4 or less from your trash, rested. On KO, Hogback is play a character with a cost of 4 or less with a trigger. So not only can you play out Perona, or even Hogback, other than Hogback, right? Thriller Bark, other than Hogback. So you can play out Perona. You can play out Kikunojo. Kikunojo? Yeah, you can also play out Kikunojo. So those are 2 very good targets that you can cheat out with Hogback. You also have Perona, which is the trigger is exactly the same. Play a Thriller Bark with a cost of 4 or less from your trash, rested. On play on KO, you can freeze one of your opponents 6 cost or less. That character cannot attack. So that's really good. And the 8-cost Gecko, the trigger is slightly different. It's play a character with a cost of 4 or less from your trash. So these guy plays it out rested. The Thriller Barks, let me focus on these. So the Thriller Barks plays them out rested, but this can play it out active. So not only can you target the Perona, the Hogback, the Kikunojo, you can also target Marco or Pudding if you really want to. But we'll get there. So Gecko Moria trigger is slightly better than the others because if you hit that on your last life and you have a Marco in your trash, Marco comes out and it's a blocker. So for the 8-cost Gecko, activate main. Select 1 Thriller Bark card from your trash, 4 cost or less. Play it or add it on top of your life. Both scenarios are good. You can either cheat out a Perona right away, freeze one of their bodies so they can't attack, or you can stack your top life and trigger one of the Thriller Bark's trigger effect and play out a Perona rested, which also freezes an attack. So both scenarios are good, just depends on the game state. I'm running 1 Nojiku. It's because I couldn't find a second one before the logos, so I was running 1 and I bumped Perona to 3. Usually list runs 2 Perona instead of 3, but since I couldn't find a second Nojiko in the time, I only ran 1, but I would run 2. There's a scenario that came up in one of my games, which was really powerful. So I had Nojiko, I played it out, I bounced their body back to their hand, and then I put in right away, giving me the ability to reduce their hand size even more. Nojiko is on play if your leader is Nami. Return 1 character with a cost of 5 or less to your opponent's hand. So you can target a lot of bodies to return back. Whether it's in the mirror match or in the matchup, you can bounce the Nami back, you can back the Kikunojo back, or even a Thriller Bark. Putting, standard. On play, your opponent has to shuffle their hand back to their deck and then draw 5. Putting being a really stupid card, one of the most broken blue card. I want this card to be banned. 2 Marcos because it combos well with the 8-cost Gecko. It's a blocker. On KO, draw 2 cards. Very straightforward. It's just the fact that it combos well with Gecko is really nice. And also, to be able to draw 2 additional cards, why not? Then I ran 2 Kumas. I don't think the 2 Kumas are mandatory, but since I was rushing to build the deck, I decided to play 2. On play, you may trash 1 card from your hand, add 1 card from the top of your deck to your life. Then this character gains plus 2k for the rest of the turn. Until the end of your opponent's turn. During your opponent's turn, if this card is KO, add the top card of your deck to your life. So you heal 1 if it gets KO during your opponent's turn. Very straightforward. It's a 1k counter as well. It's a nice body, 6 cost, 7k body. And it heals you. We run 4 BB5, the one from the new binder collection, the AAs. It's a 2k counter. It's searchable off of the Nami event, this one. Will you be my servant? Because it looks for a 2 to 8 cost. And some of your other 2ks cannot be targeted by this, like Kumasi. It's out of reach because it's a 1 cost. But BB5 trigger is, if your leader is multicolor, Nami is multicolor, you get to draw 2. And it's a 2k counter. And also the fact that it's a 4 cost 5k body. Worst case scenario, you can cheat this out with Hogback, because it's still a 5k power character that can swing, which is nice. We have 2 red rocks because there's some matchup like Ace that's really hard. The red rock helps to remove big bodies. 1 gravity blade because it's a good card. It bounces 2 6 costs or less to the bottom deck. And then we run 1 copy of If I Bow Down to Power, What's the Point in Living? Activate main, you may rest 1 Dawn. If you have 1 or less life, your opponent cannot activate blocker whenever your leader attacks this turn. Counter, your leader gains plus 3000 power this battle. So 1 of, it's unblockable, which is nice. Very quick, like, crash course of the game plan of the deck. Your 4 life leader, you usually want to counter out the first swing. Oh, sorry, let me scratch this back. Leader wants to go first most of the time. Your plan is to look for You Are My Servant, girl. Let me focus on this. So you want your searchers, which is the Nami searcher event, and then you want to find girl to have it set up on board. And then at 5 dawn, you want to play Nami to force your opponent to take 1 life back. And at 7 dawn, you want to play Robin. That's your perfect curve. Going first, at least. Afterwards, when your opponent swings at you the first life, you usually want to counter it, because you usually don't have a trash setup, nor does your opponent has 3 life or less. So you don't want to be able to, you don't want your first life to be Kikunojo or Thriller Barks and miss out on that trigger. So you usually counter out of the first swing until your opponent is at 3 life. So you would try to get to Nami as soon as possible, force them to take a life, hoping that they're at 3 life afterwards, so Kikunojo becomes life. And also, when they swing at you, you want to counter and discard a Perona or a Hogback. So at least you have a Thriller Bark set up in your trash. So that's the game plan for the early game. And during the late game, you just chain Robin or you chain 8 cost Gecko. Just like that powerful body that also heals you, which is insane. I guess that's pretty much straightforward. That's about it for the game plan of the deck. There's not much more, I guess, to tell. The deck plays itself, really. And there's a matchup that's really hard. Putting helps on those matchups. That's really hard. And yeah, the deck loses to Emo and Ace. Nothing much more to say. Hope you guys enjoyed the deck list. And peace.